I'm going to be very upfront with you. I'm not sure how much analysis there really is to be had from this video. This might just be more of a victory lap and then talking a little bit of calming your nerves before Thursday night. But this is sourced from the Arrowhead Pride Arrowhead Lines article because I do not subscribe to The Atlantic, so I do not have access to the full article. NFL Draft Power Rankings, which teams made best picks over the past 5 years. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs, 9.46. Total top 50 picks, 5. Pro Bowls, 4. Nearly as many Pro Bowls as picks in the top 50. Starting seasons, 39. Best pick, Creed Humphrey, number 63 overall, 2021. Worst pick, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, number 32 in 2020. I think we would all kind of agree on that one. Best value guard, Trey Smith, number 226, 2021. No team has done more with less in recent drafts than the Chiefs, which consistently have picked toward the bottom of the first round. We'll get back to this in just a moment. Humphrey, technically the third center off the board in 2021, was one of the NFL's best interior linemen by the end of his rookie season and remains so today. Now, here's where things get interesting or interestinger or maybe even a little bit spicy. The Arrowhead Lines article began with the headline that the Chiefs were only worse than Detroit in the draft over the past 5 seasons, leading me to believe that in that Atlantic article, it is the Detroit Lions that take the number 1 spot in this study, however it is, whatever their metrics are. And I can dig it. Let me tell you why. Here's the let me go back up a little bit. Here are the Lions' first round picks all the way back to 2020. You can just count them. First of all, 3, 6, 7 first round picks in 5 years. No blanks, so that means that they're obviously doubling up twice over that time. But it's not just that. Last year, the Lions in the first round picked 24th overall. They got Terrion Arnold for that pick. Okay, great. That's the basement for the Lions over the last 5 years. They started having a little bit of success during the 2023 season, and it caught up to them in the draft. In 2023, the Lions took Jahmyr Gibbs 12th overall and Jack Campbell 18th overall. They had 2 picks in the top 20. If memory serves me correctly, and perhaps it does not, I should have looked into this, I did not, the last time the Kansas City Chiefs picked in the top 20 was Patrick Mahomes, and they had to trade numerous first-round picks to make that selection. Am I wrong on that? I believe that would have been so. They would have skipped the next seasons, but they went to the playoffs anyway. And then Patrick Mahomes' first season starting, he was in the AFC Championship game and has been back every year since. I don't know if you remember that much. So the last time the Chiefs picked in the top 20 once was when they picked Patrick Mahomes and traded multiple picks to get there. The Lions had 2 top 20 picks in the 2023 draft, but that's not all. In the 2022 draft, they picked Aiden Hutchinson, number 2 overall, and Jameson Williams, number 12 overall. They had 2 top 15 picks in that draft. In the 2021 draft class, they took Penei Sewell, 7th overall. And in the 2020 draft class, they took Jeff Okudah, number 3 overall. So 7 picks. You have 3 top 10 picks. You have 5 top 15 picks. You have 6 top 20 picks. And you have all 7 of them coming in the top 25 of the NFL draft. Now, that's not the be-all, end-all. That is not, but it does represent probably where the rest of your draft class was taken, right? If you have the second overall pick, you also have the 34th overall pick. You have 2 picks way before the Kansas City Chiefs will get back on the clock. So this is a virtuous cycle when you are drafting number 12 overall, number 2 overall, number 3 overall, and it's supposed to be. It is supposed to make it easier for teams not to stay on the bottom of the NFL. So that's cool with the Lions. Now, what were the Chiefs working with over the past 5 seasons in the first round? Last season, they picked 28th overall, and they had to trade a whole lot of stuff to get it done. Well, not a whole lot of stuff. They had to trade quite a bit of stuff to get it done, to move up those few spots and make the Xavier Worthy selection at number 28 overall. In the 2023 class, they picked 31st overall. Remember, the Dolphins had forfeited their pick, so the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs picked 31st overall, and they selected FAU, a guy who has not done very much in the Chiefs uniform. The 2022 draft is their only draft in the Brett Veach era with multiple first-round selections, where they had Trent McDuffie 21 overall and George Karlaftis 30th overall. That said, they had to trade the most dangerous weapon in the NFL in order to get that done. In 2021, they did not have a first-round draft pick, and in 2020, they took Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 32nd overall. What does this tell us? Well, if there's any science to be had in this video, it tells us do not draft a player in the first round if he is known by 3 letters. CEH, FAU. Do not take those types of players. But in all seriousness, what this tells us is that, like the article said, the Kansas City Chiefs are doing much more with less. The Chiefs, the highest they have picked is 21 over the last 5 years, and they had to trade an absolutely dynamic wide receiver in order to get that done. Now, they cashed in with Trent McDuffie, and that looks like it's working out. But this, like we said with the Lions picks, it is not simply the first round. They were picking 32nd every round after the first round in 2024, every round after the first round in 2023. So, every round after the first round in 2020, they were selecting that last scheduled pick in those rounds. Once you get into the compensatory picks, things get thrown off a little bit, but very, very interesting article here, and it does put my mind a little bit at ease, because I got to be honest with you. This draft is one that I'm not feeling particularly great about at the onset. Part of it is I haven't done as much work on this draft class to know as much about the later round picks. Another part of it is, though, I don't know what the Chiefs are going to do, because they have few glaring needs. Brett Veach basically wrapped everything up in free agency. And the needs that they do have, it's difficult to imagine a player coming in and starting there when you're picking so late in every round. Defensive tackle is a notable exception. I don't think that is all that exciting a prospect, especially if I may go out on this limb, with the draft proclivities this Kansas City Chiefs front office has shown being able to, or unable to, draft defensive tackles. So, guys, yes, it is going to be a bit of a stressful draft in my opinion, but we have every reason to believe that we are in good hands. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. And if you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. We are over 2 years of consecutive daily uploads, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.